Hey guys, this is Kirk Brewer, welcoming you officially to week 6. It is summer and I have the sunglasses to prove it, right? I hope you had a good week last week. I know it was a little lighter than usual, and you should be glad for that, right? This week, though, you do have several things you need to pay attention to. So let's talk about some of those things. First of all, this week you have a demonstration speech that is due. Now, what you decide to do for a demonstration speech is totally up to you. You can demonstrate how to take care of, I don't know, your fern here. Like I could tell you about how I mist the fern every day with my mister, and how I then have to water the fern so that it can water drips out, and how my ferns can make my porch look good. I can show you step-by-step process, but that's the key. You have to show us a step-by-step process for your demonstration speech. It cannot be something theoretical. It is an informative speech still, but it is an informative speech about specifically how to do a specific process. Now, you've had a discussion about how to do that last week with your peers, and hopefully you had some really good discussion and got some good ideas. What you need to do then is decide what's going to be best for you, and you need to practice at least 3 times. Instead of an outline this time, you do not have an outline due. You have a practice sheet, and for that practice sheet, you have to practice a minimum of 3 times and a recommended 5 times. You want to record those practices, not video record. You just write down what you've done, and you're going to put it on a practice sheet, and you're going to submit that to me by Wednesday, I believe it is, because the speech is due on Thursday. Now, I will make the link available to put the speech up on Connect tomorrow. If you have problems uploading it to Connect, do like we did last time and go ahead and upload to YouTube first, and then contact Connect customer support so that you can figure out what the problem is. Hopefully, most of you who had issues this last time, you were able to get that. From what I've looked at Connect, you were able to get those issues resolved, and you won't have a problem this next time. However, the voice of experience tells me that sometimes even those who uploaded just fine the first time will have a little bit of trouble possibly the second time. Here's the reason, guys. The number one reason is you have a longer speech this time. This speech is 8 to 10 minutes, which is longer than the last one, and means that your file is going to be larger, so you must compress the file. Please pay attention to the instructions about file compression that are available on Connect. Maybe even call up Connect customer support before you do it, and touch base with them about anything that you need to know about being able to compress your file. There are several downloadable programs that you can do to compress that file. But this is an 8 to 10 minute speech. This is the longest speech you'll do because your persuasive speech, it goes to just 6 to 8 minutes. So this is the one that you have to have a couple of specific things in this speech. One of them is you must demonstrate a process, as I already said. Number 2, you have to interact with your audience. So you want your audience to ask you questions, and you're going to reply to them. One way to do that is to ask your audience questions. Don't just rely on them to say something. Maybe you ask them, if we were talking about the fern again, you might say, who in here has ever tried to grow a fern? And then you would have them actually reply. You can talk to them, have an interaction. This is about building rapport with your audience. And that's the key goal for this speech, is building rapport for your audience. We're at week 6. You are over halfway done. I have a few of the informative speeches to finish grading. I've had an interesting week. Had a tragedy with a close friend of ours in their family, and so I didn't get some of the speeches graded, but I will get those done as soon as possible. Get them finished, hopefully by tomorrow at the latest. So, your demonstration speeches due this week. That needs to be your main goal, but look at the agenda that is in Blackboard and be sure that you're staying on task. You still do have some Learn Smarts due this week. Then you also have some discussion threads. So we're starting to do the second speech and prepare, or do the demonstration speech and prepare for your persuasive speech. So those need to be your goals this week. Now let me tell you a little bit about what I'm doing this week, because it's a little different. This week I'm out of town. Yes, folks, let me tell you, my living situation is my wife and I take care of my in-laws, and my mother-in-law's in a wheelchair. My father-in-law has intractable hiccups, actually, and he is a diabetic. So they have some serious health problems, and we have been doing that for about a year now, and we're going to take a vacation. I'm going to be on the road. I'll still be accessible, but I may not be accessible quite as much as I regularly am. I will answer emails at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, but probably only be logging in once a day for the next week, because I'm going to New Orleans, and we're going to eat and drink our way through the city, quite frankly. We're going to chill by the pool and take some time just for us. So I will be sure and take plenty of sunscreen, because I burn like crazy. If you need to get a hold of me, if there's an emergency, you can text me and I will reply. I won't be checking my email quite as regularly this next week. Again, if you have problems uploading your speech, please go ahead and upload it to YouTube. Send me the link and call Connect. That's the way to handle that if you have a problem. Otherwise, I look forward to what you're going to do this week. I look forward to seeing your speeches. You guys are doing great. So just feel good about that. Let me know if you have questions or problems, and I will see you online. Take care and have a good summer. See you later. Bye-bye.